This change from Garmin left me stunned. So let me show you a workaround. I was all set to overlay a marine depth contour map onto Google Earth, just like my buddy Tim showed in his video. But when I went to grab a screenshot from the Navionics Web App, bam! Decommissioned as of July 2024. My blood was boiling. I paid Garmin for multiple map subscriptions. I use Active Captain, and I even pay for the Garmin boating app, which I use on a friend's boat to help find those secret honey holes. So what's the alternative for Mac and PC? After digging deep, I found Garmin's Basecamp software for the Mac. But guess what? There's no marine option. So Garmin has offered no real replacement. And now they expect us to plan routes on a tiny 6-inch screen? It's not happening. I searched harder and found a few potential solutions, including running an Android or iOS emulator on the Mac for the mobile apps, but that's just another headache. Then I found an article on wave boating that recommended Aquamap. Aquamap works in a web browser, and I was able to zoom right into the Texas lake I was wanting to map out with full depth contours. Bingo! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now I'm going to walk you through exactly how to overlay those contour maps into Google Earth, identify humps and trees, and create a safe boating route down the main river channel. Let's get started.
First, open Aquamap in your web browser. In this example, I am going to focus on Richland Chambers Lake in Texas. It is east of Waco. Zoom into the area of the lake you want to focus on, and select full screen. Move the map to the center of the screen so you can obtain the best screenshot. On a Mac, press Command-Shift-4. This will create a cursor where you will drag a box around the area you want to capture. Hold your thumb on the trackpad while your pointer finger creates the box. When you lift your fingers up, your screen capture is created. Do this for each section of the map you want captured. On the Mac, you will see that I have created 3 screenshots and renamed them Richland Chambers 1, 2, and 3. We are going to jump over to Google Earth now. You will see that I have laid in 2 of the maps onto the lake already. We are now going to attempt to lay in the 3rd image. Select Add Image Overlay. Select the image file name you want to use to overlay. Turn down the transparency so you can see the lake on Google Earth behind the image. I now rename the image to RC Overlay 3. Click on the image and scroll to the bottom of the menu and select Get Info to allow you to edit the image on Google Earth. Move the object window to the side or minimize it. You can now move the image around by selecting the green cross in the middle of the image. Your challenge now is to size the image to match the map on Google Earth. You use the green corners of the image to zoom in and out. You select anywhere in the main part of the image to move it to match up with the lake map. If you minimize the object window and you want to close it, select the Google Earth icon on the bottom menu and select Show All Windows to select and close it. You may find it easier to line up the current image with Google Earth by removing the other images from the display. Uncheck the image box on the left menu to remove it. I will now do some final adjustments on this image to size it as close as I can to the lake map. With all the images displayed on the map, we are now going to plot the boat lane down the main river channel. Click on Add Path. We name it Boat Lane. Draw the line by clicking the mouse on points you want the lane to be drawn. When done, click OK on the boat lane window. Now we are going to find some humps and trees. I know that the last drought was around 2015 for this lake. Select the clock icon for displaying historical maps. Slide the scale back to 2015. Here you can see this hump. When I move time forward to 2017, you can see the hump go underwater. Now we will find some trees and mark them so you don't hit them when the lake is low, or fish them next time you go to the lake. When we turn on the depth contours, you can see you probably don't want to run your boat on this creek channel when the water level is low. For large groups of trees, I place a T on the trees around the outside of the group. That wraps up this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in how to manage waypoints from your GPS device with Google Earth, see this video. Or see this video if you want to learn about the best sunglasses to use with LifeScope.